Hi. Hi, Madhvi. Cat. Oh, I'm so happy. It's so late for you now.
I
You're
know.
awake.
Just one time.
Okay.
Hi, Saras.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, ma'am. Malini here.
Hi, Mani. Yeah, you're invisible. Okay. Ravi, you're there. Hi, Info.
Hi, Saras. Vidya here.
Yeah. Can't see Vidya.
Yeah.
Hi, yeah.
Hi. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Hi, Saras.
Hi, Maggie. Okay. So we have 1 minute. Can we sit quietly and then start with the prayer?
Yeah.
Sahana vavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryamkaravavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Krishna Vagishayatishwarabhyam Samprapta Chakrankana Bhashya Saram Shrinot Narangendra Yatau Samarpitasvam Shri Krishna Maryam Guruvaryamide Virodhe Kartike Mase Shatatara Krutodayam Yogacharyam Krishnamaryam Guruvaryamaham Bhaje Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hello everyone, welcome back to our quiet breathing space. I hope through the week you have had some time to be with yourself, with your breath, breathing for yourself and for the world. If not every day, at least most of the days. Um, I think through this week and I think the past few weeks, I have been hearing a lot of people talking about the way the mind behaves at this time, and that's been true of my own experience as well. The swaying of the mind, the oscillation moving from an agitated or like a distracted, highly distracted state to one of dullness and heaviness and fogginess. And this kind of an oscillation seems to be a very common pattern with most people, with a lot of people that I'm talking to. It's like, the mind is moving between rajas and tamas with some pockets of sattva in between. And we're all eagerly looking forward to these pockets of sattva in between. And this time that we are spending together every week, I think really helps me to soak into that. And it is also true of many other things that we are doing through the week. Uh, Luckily, um, we have time on a regular basis, like almost like creating a rhythm with different groups doing different activities that are more meaningful at this point of time, that keeps bringing us back to ourselves, to ask ourselves what is more important. Can I really sit quietly? Can I really try to understand what's happening to myself? And whatever I'm engaging in, can that activity be more meaningful for me? So that way, I think um, sailing through this period of uncertainty has been also rewarding and gratifying, in spite of all the pain and um, anxieties around it. So today I thought it might be good to start with practice, because I realized that we've been spending a lot of time talking, or mostly talking about pranayama than doing pranayama. So today we will start with some practice and then maybe spend about 15 minutes looking at some of the questions some of you have asked through the form. And I would like to close the session maybe about 5-10 minutes earlier. And from next week, if we could actually log in by 6:45 IST and finish by 7:45, it will be good. Yeah. So to start with, I want you to start working with the technique of breathing. Okay. So today what we will do is keep your focus on the exhalation for the first 3 or 4 breaths. Okay. You start exhaling by drawing the lower abdomen in. You start with the lower abdomen, then allow your chest to fully relax, and then end your exhalation back to the lower abdomen. Okay. And then keep your inhalation free. So if you want, you can keep the hand here. Exhale, lower abdomen, chest, lower abdomen. Inhale, bring your hand down, free. Do this 3 or 4 times. Okay, we'll start. Exhale from the lower abdomen. Relax your chest. End your exhalation with the lower abdomen. Bring your hand down to the lap and allow a free inhalation. Exhale from the lower abdomen. Relax your chest. End with the lower abdomen, drawing it further in. Bring your hand down and inhale. Bring the hand to the lower abdomen, start exhaling. Halfway through the exhalation, relax your chest. The end of the exhalation, lower abdomen, further drawing it in. Bring the hand down, inhale. One more breath. Inhale. Okay, now we will shift to the inhalation and continue with the exhalation the same way. So inhale, you start with the chest. Move your attention to the upper abdomen and feel the expansion of the upper abdomen. And end your inhalation by further opening the chest. So inhale from the chest to the upper abdomen, back to the chest. Exhale, lower abdomen, chest, back to the lower abdomen. So your mind has to move between these spaces to bring attention to the breath. And pause after inhale, exhale. Okay. Complete with this breath. Now we will do the same thing with some arm movement. So if you're sitting on a chair, just make sure you have enough space around you to raise your arms from the sides, okay? Or if you're sitting down. So what we're going to do is you're going to combine this attention to your exhalation, moving from the lower abdomen to the chest, back to the lower abdomen, completing your exhalation by further drawing the lower abdomen in. And then you pause for 2 seconds. Inhale, focus on the chest, the lengthening of the upper back. Bring your focus to the upper abdomen. So you further lengthen the upper back and you bring your attention to the lower back. And then you complete your inhalation by further lifting up the chest. Okay? And pause for 2 seconds. Now you're going to do this with the arm movement. You're also going to do the neck movement. So let me demonstrate. When you inhale, you start with the chest. When you move to the upper abdomen, raise your head and then raise your arms. Exhale, lower abdomen. When you move to your chest, bring your head down. When you move back to your abdomen, bring your hands down. Okay, 3 steps. It's like a krama. So I'll do it. You can do it along with me. You start inhaling into the chest, straightening the back. Upper abdomen, raising the head. Chest, arms. Pause. Lower abdomen. Bring your head down, chest, lower abdomen, arms down. Inhale, straightening the spine, raising the head to the upper abdomen, raising the arms to the chest. Exhale, lower abdomen, chest, lower the head. Bring the attention to the lower abdomen again, lowering your arms. So you can do it with your eyes closed. Really don't worry about following through every instruction. Just make sure you're enjoying this movement, step by step transitioning through the breath, moving your mind very quietly through the different parts of the body as you create the rhythm with your movement. Lower abdomen, then bring your head down, then bring your arms down, back to the lower abdomen. one more time with complete attention, but a very relaxed attention to your breath and your movement. No force, no tightening, particularly around the throat, shoulder, neck area. Wonderful. Okay, so now we will proceed to the pranayama, complete this movement. So the idea with pranayama, Krishnamacharya defined pranayama as prana samyama. Samyama is a word that is used in Yoga Sutra to denote the last three steps of the Ashtanga Yoga. Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Trayam ekatra samyamaha. These three together is samyama, where there is a complete attention to one thing continuously, and then the mind flows with it in such a way that it becomes that. And if we can do that with our breath more and more through pranayama, there is a deeper connection to the very energy that is moving the breath, and that is responsible for life itself, the prana, our vital energy. So through the medium of the breath, and very often the word prana is also referred to as the breath, even though the prana is the energy that is behind the breathing process and all the other functions and movements and transformations that are happening. We're also using the word prana as synonymous with the breath. So the more and more attention I bring to my breath, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, to the breath continuously, it's an antaranga sadhana. It is a very deep connection to the breath that really helps us to connect us with our prana. And when we have that kind of a deep connection to the prana, we begin to understand the deeper processes. Not only how our physiological system is functioning, we also begin to get in touch with the deeper layers of the mind, and how the prana that moves through the layers of the mind reveals many things about the mind. Now, some of you have shared your experiences about how deep breathing is bringing up a lot of past memories, sometimes negative memories that are stored, tucked away deep inside, the basement. It pulls out everything. And in some way, we need to also learn to trust that if something is being brought up for us to see it through the practice, then it is also something that we need to throw out and cleanse out of the system. And pranayama will help us with that. If we can trust that and stay with the practice, of course, if you need help, seek the help of a teacher or therapist. But just stay with the practice more and more, because the breath has the intelligence to work through your body. Okay? Work through all these layers that need to be cleared out. So the practice we will start with is first just ujjayi. So bringing the focus to the base of your throat with your chin down, back straight. Start with your normal natural breath and slowly extend your exhalation and inhalation. Remember, you exhale from the lower abdomen, relax your chest, finish your exhalation at the lower abdomen, pause. Pause for 2 or 3 seconds even, and then inhale from the chest to the upper abdomen, finish with the chest and pause. And all the time focusing on the very subtle sensation in your throat, the ujjayi. So we will begin with that. And don't worry about counting the length of the breath, just keep extending it. Okay? So exhaling from the lower abdomen, relaxing the chest, completing the exhalation at the lower abdomen, further drawing it in, and pause. Shift the focus to the chest, inhale into the upper abdomen, back to the chest, and pause. Continue. Slow down the breath, make it deeper and longer. Try to maintain the subtlety and the smoothness of the breath, which is very important. Don't compromise with that. Don't start the inhalation or exhalation until you have moved your mind to the place where you are beginning your breath. And try to maintain the same quality of attention throughout the inhalation and exhalation, even through the pause. Okay, complete with this breath. Then we'll go to the next step. The next one, we will work on extending the exhalation a little further using Shitali or Sitkari, whatever you're comfortable with alternate nostril exhale. So we have done Anulamo Ujjayi, we have done Shitali separately with throat exhale, Anulamo Ujjayi with alternate nostril exhale. Now we are combining Shitali with alternate nostril exhale. So you bring your chin down, bring your tongue out, fold the sides of the tongue, and inhale through the gap. Open your mouth, fold the tongue back, bring your chin down, and then exhale through the left nostril. Right is fully closed, left is partially closed. Complete your exhalation. Bring the hand down. Roll the tongue. Hold the tongue back. Bring your chin down and then exhale through the right nostril partially closed. And then bring your hand down. So you remember to stay with the same technique. Exhale, lower abdomen to chest to lower abdomen. Inhale, chest to upper abdomen to chest with the nostril control. So your attention has to be both at the fingertips where you're regulating the breath, or at the tip of the tongue on inhalation and moving the breath. Okay. So do 2 rounds. If you can keep your videos on, it might help me to know when to move on to the next instruction. Thank you. So inhale with Shitali or Sitkari. So you can keep the teeth slightly apart and inhale through that. Hold the tongue back, bring the chin down and exhale through alternate nostril. So here, really focus on extending your exhalation a little further. The head movement is always with the spine movement, no independent movement of the head. So let the spine stretch and you just raise the head, don't arch too much. Once you finish 2 rounds, come back to Jai and just take 1 or 2 minutes to establish a comfortable 1:2 ratio. So if you can stay with 4 inhale, 8 exhale, or 5 inhale, 10 exhale. If your breath is much longer for today, just for this practice, if you can stay with one of these 2 ratios, just with Ujjayi. So we are setting the pace, the rhythm, and then we'll get to Pratiloma Ujjayi. Inhale 4, exhale 8, or inhale 5, exhale 10. So the ratio we are going to work with today is 1021. So if your inhalation is 4 seconds, you're not holding your breath after inhalation, you're simply pausing for 2 seconds. You're exhaling twice the length of inhalation, and then you will hold your breath to equal to the length of your inhalation. Okay? And we're going to do Pratiloma Ujjayi. I will get to the technique now, and then we will try with the ratio. So Pratiloma Ujjayi is a combination of throat and nostril control breathing. The technique itself is a little complicated, so it really helps to keep your attention. And unless you're continuously with the breath, you might forget how I should inhale or exhale, where should I go. So if the mind is very busy and easily distracted or easily gets used to something and gets bored with it, Pratiloma is a very good technique to keep your mind focused. And it's a very good technique for you to do before your meditative practice. It really helps to gather the mind and direct the mind in one direction. Yeah. So how we do Pratiloma Ujjayi? You begin with the throat. Okay. Exhale completely, focusing on the throat. Just do it along with me as I'm instructing, and then we will get to the ratio. So exhale, focusing on the throat. Inhale, focusing on the throat. Exhale through the left nostril, partially closed. Inhale through the same nostril. Exhale throat. Inhale throat. And this time exhale through the right nostril, partially closed. Inhale through the same nostril. Exhale back to the throat. So this is one round, 4 breaths. Inhale. So you always begin with exhalation, complete your exhalation, empty, and then inhale with the throat, Ujjayi. Exhale left nostril, complete. Inhale left nostril, exhale back to the throat. You can bring your hand down. Again inhale Ujjayi, exhale right nostril, inhale right nostril, exhale back to the throat. Okay, so do one round, just free inhale, exhale, and then we will get to the ratio. Exhale from the throat, complete the exhalation, then start inhaling. Pause after inhale, bring your hand to the nostrils, close the right fully, left half, exhale through that. Pause after exhale, inhale through the same nostril. Pause after inhale, exhale throat. Pause after exhale, inhale throat. Pause, bring your hand back, exhale through the right, half closed. Inhale through the right. Bring the hand down, exhale throat. Okay, now you try the 1:2 ratio. So inhale 4 seconds, exhale 8 seconds, or inhale 5, exhale 10. Okay, we'll do 2 rounds of that. Inhale throat. So you can count yourself. I'm not going to count for you. Once you complete 2 rounds, the next 2 rounds, hold your breath after exhalation, if possible, equal to the length of your inhalation, or to whatever extent you can hold. So it could be 3 or 4 seconds or up to 5 seconds. So if your inhale is 5, hold after exhalation for 5 seconds. If 5 is difficult, at least 4. Okay, same technique, 2 rounds. Exhale from the throat, then inhale. Since you're going to inhale through the same nostril, keep your hand there when you hold your breath after exhalation. And then inhale through the same nostril. You pause, bring the hand down, back to the throat, exhale, and then hold for 5 seconds. So make sure your back is straight. You're not crunching your shoulders. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Make sure the head is aligned with the spine. It's not pulled away. And you're not overarching the back. Now, one more level of complexity added to this. Okay. We started with exhaling from the lower abdomen, relaxing the chest. Complete your exhalation with the lower abdomen. Inhale chest to upper abdomen. Complete your inhalation with the chest. Combine it with Pratiloma Ujjayi and the ratio. Okay. Two more rounds. Once you complete the 2 rounds, just come back to free inhale, exhale. Try to continue to keep your inhalation and exhalation long and deep. Drop the counting. Come back to the Ujjayi. Just with a long, smooth inhalation and a longer exhalation. Continue to keep the focus on the lower abdomen to the chest relaxation, lower abdomen on exhalation. Inhale from the chest to the upper abdomen. Complete the inhalation with the chest. And now drop the breath regulation with the Ujjayi. Just allow the natural breath to take over. Just come back to your natural rhythm. If you can bring your awareness to the area of the diaphragm, center of the chest, just keep your awareness there as you watch the breath. Feel the expansion and the relaxation of this area. Allow the breath to become very, very quiet, almost as if you're not inhaling or exhaling. Just let it settle down into a very quiet rhythm. And try to feel the very quiet space in your heart. where each breath is rising as a wave and settling down. Wait for each wave to be born without consciously initiating the breath. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So, even though the technique, the ratio, the attention to different parts of the breathing process, we would, of course, in pranayama include bhavana, visualization as well. So, it might seem that there are just so many things that the mind has to hold on to. And initially, it might seem very effortful. I have to do this and this and this and many things. But that's what we do in our daily life. We are trying to do many things, but the many things that we are doing in our daily life are all disconnected. Here we are trying to do everything that is connected in a way, integrating our senses, integrating our mind, our breath, our body in one direction. So then it becomes really prana samyama. And as we continue to progress, what seemed very effortful will slowly become very natural and effortless. So we settle down into an effortless rhythm with the breath. And that's when there is a danger of the mind slipping away. Because now that the mind has learned how to do it, it will go away. And then to bring it back, rein it back with the breath is the only effort that is required. So it's more like a dharana practice. Bring the mind back to the breath again and again. Okay, so today I want to just stop here. I don't want to go to the questions because I think we've all had a nice, good practice. At least I've had one. And maybe it's time to just be quiet rather than get into the mind. So thank you for joining. And this week's practice is Pratiloma with 10:1 ratio. You establish your own ratio, whatever is your comfortable inhalation. Try to make the exhalation double of that. Or like if you want to have a longer inhalation, like you want to do 8 seconds inhalation and 12 seconds exhalation, see if you can hold your breath for 8 seconds after exhalation. Okay, but make sure the ratio that you're deciding is something that's completely comfortable for you, not too difficult, not too easy. And each day might also be variable. You can choose a ratio that's comfortable for you for that day. But the variability from day to day should not be too much, ideally. If it is, then you will have to investigate your food, your sleep, and other factors that might be creating this variability. The idea is to establish a certain rhythm and progress with it. Okay? Thank you. I'll finish with the prayer. Asato ma satgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Until we meet again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saras.
Thanks, Saras.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Saras.
Thank you, Saras. Good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Saras.
Thank you.